All right, I am here with head coach, Coach Mike Secord of Coach's Corner with Mike. Hey, Mike.
How are we doing today?
I'm good. I'm glad you could come on.
Yeah,
So
I'm excited
this
about this.
this is like kind of a funny topic in the way that you see it. So we're
Uh-huh.
talking about not turning into your parents from that commercial, right?
hmm Yeah, I think they're just hilarious how they just spoof on things, and it's like, oh, we're all headed down that path,
Right.
and we think it's what we do, and then we laugh at
Right, exactly. Well, talk to us about like your what you're doing now, what your thought process was, what kind of like, yeah, tell us what you're doing, why we titled it this.
it. We titled it this. You know, we were talking, like, I think it was last week or a few weeks ago. We were talking about the journey I've been on for 25 years. I've been in this business, and I've been on this journey for a long, long time, thinking that, yeah, I want to find something that actually powers people
Yeah,
and not is something that's all about the the almighty, like the big thing that everyone has to be a part of, and they push that and they push that. I want something that actually is powering, and I
like
thought a
it's
lot
powering
about.
your business instead of like giving you the energy and the gas and the fuel to run the business like you do instead of the other way around.
Yeah, something that you can actually plug into and get more energy from, and get, and grow yourself, but not actually have to change who you are and become that. And
Right.
it one of the things that it just popped into my head in our conversation was, it reminds me of those commercials that were like one of my favorite commercial lines that were out there years ago, and it was, I'm a PC and I'm a Mac.
Right. Those
I
were
remember
funny.
it was a real nerdy guy in a suit, there, and then there was a young hip guy with a t-shirt and jeans, and the way they spoofed those commercials and went back and forth, it was all about openness and about this person being who they wanted to be and being creative and not being
Mhm.
so rigid and just be like, oh, we're stuck, kind of like the parents things, like, why are we worried
Right.
about
And that's kind of
shifting?
how it feels like our real estate business is, right? Like that's what we talk about on the Fight Club all the time. It's like there's more than
Constantly.
one way to be a real estate
Yeah.
agent, but we all like go into this like this is how you do it.
Yeah.
It's
and
not true.
and while I was on that journey over these 25 years, like, I was finding little bits of it, and I was like, oh, this
Mhm.
can make it, this is it. And then you're there for a little while and you're like, oh no, it really is turning into my parents. It's like, it's
Right.
not really what I wanted to be. And I have finally, I've had this aha for quite some time, but it really got bright when I was at eXp Con, and I just realized, like, I'm finally here.
Yeah.
I'm finally in the right platform, because
What hit for you? Like what was it? Can you figure that piece out?
um, one thing that it was the playing field is even.
What do you
Like,
mean?
I've been a part of so many things where you're just, people buy themselves to get into the room, meaning that they've bought franchises, they bought offices, they bought regions, they bought this, they had money, so they were able to be some sort of leader to be there. Um, this was a room of 7,000 people,
Mhm.
some billionaires, some just getting started, but we were all on the same level.
Yeah. Like the
Like,
opportunity is for everyone.
everyone was labeled agent.
Mhm.
The only one that wasn't labeled agent that spoke was Glenn Sanford.
Right.
Everyone else had agent somewhere in their title.
Right.
Here's a guy that started it. But but he was at the same level as us. He is just about, how do you power this? It wasn't any ego. It's not a brand. Um, and it's really all about, what do we need? It was a room of 7,000 people talking about what we need,
Right.
not what can they do for
Well, and
us.
I think it's for me it's interesting that we are business owners, yet
hmm
we're often treated like employees. This is the only brokerage where we have business, we have C-suite level compensation
hmm
that because we that's what we are. We
Yeah.
are the CEO of our companies. and this is how we're treated.
And I think like one thing that just like pops in my head all the time that I've been having conversations with people is like, if we sell real estate, that's the vehicle that got us to where we're at. We love
Right,
real estate, we love the vehicle sale, but we love it for so many things.
right,
As you burn it longer, you look at it. But if we sat down with anyone that's in our database, or people that are in our sphere, people that we know, and they were talking to us about they would rather rent than buy or own anything,
right.
we would have a conversation with them, like to wake them up and be like, "You're missing the boat. You're doing now when you look at everything that's out there, if you're not a boutique and started your own company, um, you are working with a platform that you're renting.
Yeah. You don't have ownership in it at all.
You don't have any ownership.
There's
You don't
no
have anything. You
equity.
don't no equity, nothing to grow and to go off on. And I put a post out on Facebook a couple days ago, and I just put in there and said, "How many retirement parties have you been to for realtors? Like, how many
Yeah,
real estate retirement parties you've been to?"
none.
Everyone that's commented on it is like, it's a comedy. Like they're laughing. Like one guy said, "I almost spit my coffee out." Like,
Yeah,
like, but what's funny is they're all in the business and they're
right.
laughing at it. Now, if you're laughing at it, go fix it. Like, if
Yeah, but
you're
I
laughing
think
at the
like
people that are above us are laughing, going, "These people are so stupid
right.
that they're
There
staying
was
in this."
no way to fix it before though, right? Because there was
No,
no other option. Because
no.
even though it all looks even though it's a different name, it's all actually the
Hmm.
same
Yeah.
until you have companies like that are switching the model, right? And they're
Hmm.
yeah, like
Yeah.
eXp,
Like my my
Real,
my, my coach, my
yeah.
coach, Hank Gavy, he's always telling me, or he's always staying in front of people, like, "Stop trying to out earn stupid."
Right.
And it's just funny to me that we're in that kind of road, and we're in this, and we would talk to a consumer, someone going, "Hey, don't rent from someone, don't make someone else more money, go make yourself money."
But then we don't
But
do it
yet
for
we turn
ourselves.
around and we do the exact
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah. But I
Um,
think though it is, I think the basis of it is fully understanding that you are a business owner. This is your business. And how do you want to run it? And how are you're the one doing the work. Why shouldn't you be the one that's the most compensated?
yeah, and I mean, it goes right back to like, we don't have to worry about the how too much until we understand why.
Right.
Like, why are we here? Why are we doing this?
Yeah, that's a good point. Because if you don't know the
Why
why,
are we
then the
here?
how
And now
doesn't
when you know
matter.
the why, you can go,
Yeah.
okay, there's the how. You
Right.
know, I was talking with someone the other day, and I was like, just put it into perspective of the fact that, when we as a country, when we decided that we wanted to go to the moon, we didn't decide to go to the moon because someone did it. We decided that we're a country, and we have enough we have enough money, we have enough everything and talent that, hey, why can't we go to the moon?
I think we were in a race to go, weren't we?
We were, but I mean, but we were,
Everybody needs an
but we
enemy.
weren't in the race because someone's already done it.
Right.
We were in a race to go, hey, I know we could be the first ones to go.
Yeah, exactly.
And once we knew what we wanted, we found out a way to get there.
Right.
There's too many people are walking this, especially in the real estate industry. Too many people are walking around going, "Hey, I saw someone else do that, so I want to go do what they're doing,"
Well, I have
but
a
they don't know why
question.
they want it.
Yeah, right. I like that. Like figure out your why. And if you're the type of person that is you've been in the business, we'll say for a while, and
Hmm.
you know there's something like that's off. What are some of the things that you can ask yourself to begin like questioning or to begin kind of digging deeper into what it is that you want and kind of challenging the status quo? Do you know what I mean?
I think so. I mean, you're clear with that. What did you go just a
Like
little bit clear with it?
I'm trying to think about like, okay, so when you're thinking about what do I want, there's still the lens of, well, this is how it's to be done. But also there's this other thing that's
Okay.
like, yeah, but it's not working for me. Like it's not
Yeah.
right for me.
Yeah. I think
So
when I
how do
get
we like
into
break
something,
through? Are you struggling with what is the ideal path for you? What's next for you? There's so many options to try to figure out, and there's so many different ways that you could take your business.
but it's all pretty confusing. So our Coach John Kitchens, came up with a short little quiz that will help you figure out the ideal path for you. Go to realestatecareeraccelerator.com, take the free short quiz, and figure out your ideal path. That's realestatecareeraccelerator.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. The first thing I do is I look at the person or whoever is creating that type of lens when I see that type of result, and I'm like, are they really who I want to be?
Yeah.
Are they happy? Are they this or that? And if they are, then I'm going to model after them. If they're not,
Right.
I'm
Then,
gonna be like, there's got to be a better way.
yeah, for sure.
So I kind of look at that, and um, I just know that, man, if I want something bad enough, I'm going to figure a way to do it.
Yeah.
And I need to do it in a way that I can sustain it.
Yeah.
And I think that was kind of like what I was in search for. Was like, I wanted power. I didn't want to go off and be and model myself after someone that didn't want to live my life like just to go be
Exactly.
successful.
Yeah. But I like this idea of not turning into your parents, not just keeping with the status quo, like really finding out why you are running your business and then
Hmm.
really questioning yourself, what is the reality of your business? Are you getting what you want? How you're doing it now? And if not, then breaking that, having like a paradigm shift and breaking that lens and saying like, okay, what what are some other options? What are some other point of views? And begin to educate yourself until you
Hmm.
find something that lands. Because like for
Yeah.
you, it just like landed. It was like, I'm in the right place. And that same
Yeah.
thing
And
happened.
I'm like, we, we're finally in a place where you can truly help people
Yeah.
get what they want.
Yeah.
And when they get what they want, you automatically get what you want.
Right. That's the
We are
beauty
truly in that vehicle
together.
right now.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, like all along my journey, every time I made a move or every time I was at somewhere, it was the best thing at the time.
Hmm. Of
This
course.
didn't exist then.
Yeah. Well, and things
You know,
change, right?
it's like
Like,
Amazon. Amazon's probably the easiest way to shop and to get things today.
yeah.
It's the greatest thing out there. It wasn't there 20 years ago.
Right. Exactly.
So at that time, it was something else. Right now we're in a vehicle, and what's awesome about it is we own it.
I know. That's nice,
And
right?
when you're successful, I get a little bit more revenue because of the stock and the value of it. Like
Right.
everyone wins.
It's that and that's the nice part. Well, Mike, tell us about give us a little 30-second about your coaching and kind of who's the best um who like works best with you and your coaching.
I I've been doing this for a long, long time, and I just have I broke it down into simple 3 steps, and it's how I live my life. It's like it's mindset times action plus accountability equals success.
Nice.
I know that I can't do anything without the right mindset. I can
Yeah.
get into action, I can have accountability, I can do things for a short run, but I can't do things long term until I fix my mindset. I'm basically gonna need to unfuck myself.
Yeah, right.
So I'm like all about, okay, let's build this foundation, let's get down and let's get people's mindset. And once you do it, it's okay. Now that you've got it, how do you keep it?
Yeah.
So I run my day every day the same way. I have a mindset moment every single day, and I bring that into my clients. So my perfect person to work with is someone, honestly, I love building. I love
Yeah.
building things. I love seeing opportunity in what people are talking, where they're at. And I love connecting the dots and getting them. I'm kind of like Waze. You tell me where it is if I know where you're at and you tell me where it is you want to go,
And we'll take the
I'm going to route
shortest
you
way.
around. I'm going to
Yeah.
take it short. And sometimes the shortest way is not the shortest way
Mhm.
mile wise, like distance. It's the shortest way time. Um, so, I'll route you around obstacles, things that are in there. I can see blind spots that you can't see because you know
Sure.
what? I've screwed up a ton
Right.
and I continue to screw up. And I look at myself and people ask me all the time, like, what would you do differently if you could go back and change things? I'm like, I wouldn't do anything different other than the fact that I would make decisions faster.
Yeah.
Like, I
Right.
wouldn't change anything that I
Yeah.
have done. I would just have made my decisions faster. So with that perspective, is that's what I bring to my clients all the
Nice.
time. So I'm looking for people that want to make impacts. If you just want to run with the crowd and turn into your parents, you're not me.
Yeah.
We're not together. We're not in it. If you look for something that like you want to make an impact on the community and the world and legacy, and you want to go build something that's bigger than just becoming a real estate agent, I love talking to people. I love people that want to build and do something, and then that's the first piece, and then go from here.
Awesome. Well, if people want to get in touch with you, what's the best way if they want to talk to you about, their mindset shift, what they have going on in their business? They want to talk to you about coaching. How do we get a hold of you?
Get a hold of me a couple of ways. Go to coachescornerwithmike.com. It gets to my website. I'll be honest with you, I don't do a whole lot on that website. I'm not a big website kind of guy, but it's there. You can get to me. I'll be
Yeah.
there. Social media is the easiest way. Get to me on Facebook. Mike Secord, Secord. Just look me up. I'm there. Coach's Corner with Mike is on Facebook as well. Message me through there. Reach out to me. You can call me directly. 586-557-7319 is my cell phone. But I'll tell you, I probably won't answer it. You get to my voicemail, and I'll text you back or do something like that. I'm only there. I mean, I carry it around like everyone else does, but I don't use it as a phone. It's
Right. Right. It's a
everywhere else
computer.
to do it. It's
Yeah.
a
Exactly.
computer. It's where we're at, but I have it, so you can call me and do that. But just find me in all those different ways, and I'd love to have a chat.
Awesome. Well, thanks for being on.
Thank you so much. This is fun. I love
See
chatting
you.
with you.
It's fun. Bye.
You want to do more deals, but your current sphere is not big enough. What are you going to do? Well, you need to make new friends. So the best way to do that is through cold calling. I use RedX to call expireds, for sale by owners, for rent by owners, circle prospect, and you can too. Go to theredx.com/fight club and get your setup fee waived. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a podcast.